For many years, Heidi did what many of us were raised to do. She pushed through pain, the heavy bleeding, the anemia, the exhaustion, the crippling discomfort. She showed up for work, for family, for sport, for life. Because strong women carry on, we just don't complain. We keep going. But everything changed when a cyst ruptured, causing internal bleeding and emergency hospitalisation. Heidi was diagnosed with stage 4 deep infiltrating endometriosis and adenomyosis. And I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that one correctly, but she will correct me. This is not just period pain. This is a serious chronic invasion disease that can affect organs, the bowel, and even the lungs. Over Christmas, Heidi was rushed back to hospital struggling to breathe. Doctors found concerning signs involving her lung, a terrifying reminder that this illness can reach far beyond what most people know. On February the 28th, just one day before Endometriosis Awareness Day, Heidi faced life-changing surgery, a total hysterectomy and an extensive excision to save her organs and her future. But here is the reality. The financial burden was overwhelming because her condition was classified as pre-existing. Medicare and private insurance could not cover the full cost, and Heidi needed more than $25,000 for her surgery alone. This is where the community became powerful. This is where awareness turned into action, something that Heidi did not want. Her dear friend Edward started GoFundMe because Heidi would never ask for help. In fact, she was quietly selling her own belongings to survive. Heidi's always shown up for others, and we all showed up for her. Tonight, Heidi gets a chance to thank everyone for the love, the support, and for the donations. Because truly together we helped Heidi reclaim her life and bring real awareness to stage 4 endometriosis. So I want to welcome Heidi to the KK Factor Show on RPFM. All right, so let me get this all sorted for you guys. And let's get Heidi on the show.
Hello.
Now, Heidi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, we can, loud and clear. First of all, welcome to the KK Factor on RPFM, the Greek Year of Each show, and welcome tonight. I'm truly blessed. The KK Factor family that joins us constantly on the chat. And it wasn't that long ago when we did speak about you, spoke about endometriosis, had from the Greek Year of HEIDI'S to discuss it with me. And we were all waiting with anticipation to see how you're going to go, how you're going to be. And a lot of people were praying for you, Heidi.
Thank you.
I really want to say thank you for your bravery and coming on live. So how are you today?
First of all, I want to thank you for having me tonight. You can see me in my pages because it's like basically it's my time where I'm going to bed.
That's okay, darling. We're all family here.
Yeah, my body is coping until 9 p.m. That's my threshold at this time. I can say that the recovery has been slow, slower than I was expecting, to be honest, just because I had the illusion that my body can cope because I used to be an athlete and I used to tolerate pain. But I realized that it takes a long time for that body to go back to the normal mode. I started using my smartwatch because apparently my doctor suggested to keep track of my heart rate because the heart rate is increasing. It is increased by the inflammation, and then it takes like a few hours, like 2 or 3 hours to be normal. So I'm just mindful of the heart rates pretty much like every half an hour, which is a new thing in my life to monitor that as well. And having my heat packs and and basically I'm taking less painkillers. I'm started working from home, so I'm doing like half days now just to to go back to my normal self. And I still have the brain fog from the inflammation, and I still have that tiredness, that systemic exhaustion. But I can say that I'm healthy.
Yes, you are, and you're here with us, Heidi, and you're very
Yes,
brave and you're very strong. And I just want to remind you, darling, it's just been literally a month.
correct,
Now,
correct.
any type of surgery, even mild surgery, the doctors will say, please give your body 6 weeks. You've had major surgery, but leading up to that major surgery, your body's endured so much trauma, so many things, and you've suffered emotional trauma that comes alongside with the fear. Mentally, you sound great. Okay. You sound great on radio. I know you're putting on a very brave face. And I thank you for that because it is very inspiring. And I do believe also that if we stay optimistic and we try to stay positive, whilst we struggle through pain, it does help in the end. But how are you really doing?
I just finished like hearing your intro about having me tonight. It was pretty emotional. Like I'm holding myself from crying, to be
That's
honest.
okay.
And I've just finished my session with my therapist, who was kind enough to offer her services for free, basically, when she heard my story, and she knows me for a while now, and she knew that she could offer that service for free while I'm recovering, and she's here to support me. So I've just finished my session with her. I'm
Well
still
done
trying
to
to,
her and a huge shout out to her
yes,
for
yes,
doing that because,
she's a
it
brilliant
takes
soul.
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, like allocating her time, her skill set, and her energy. She's a beautiful soul, and I still try to comprehend that basically I've lost a major organ. I've lost the key organ of my womanhood. I haven't thought about that before. To be honest, I always wanted to have my own kids, and the realization that I'm not able to do that uh, hit me really hard when I was first diagnosed. And now basically I'm just in the grieving phase of the acceptance of that okay, I'm healthy, I know that I've lost that option, and I know many women don't have that option, and I'm just trying to turn the moment that I've gone through that. I'm a endo warrior, just like they call them now, and I've grieved the loss of that organ and the loss of the option of having my own child. And I do know that once healthy and back on track, there are other ways of me have.
Options. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the grieving stage is the phase that I'm going through now. Like while I'm recovering from the physical pain, and while pretty much the whole surgery was covered by every single person who donated, and every single person, like I'm gonna thank them in a bit, but yeah, like have taking away this toll, that stress. Now the the element that was left is basically me realizing the new era, the new phase that I'm entering, and
Your
that
new
means
journey.
exactly. And that means that I need to protect my body first of all, and then I need to accept that that hysterectomy was the only way for me to go. We still have a little, like we do have few more steps. We still have the surgery for the shoulder, and we do have that the lung to be formally tested and properly tested in June. Uh, but the key surgery has been done and dusted.
And everything was a success.
Yes, they removed 97% of the endometriosis and adenomyosis. They couldn't access the lung while they were having that surgery. They were able to cut part of the bowel and the bladder as well, because apparently there was a cyst there. The good news is I got my biopsy last week and nothing was cancerous. So
Oh, that's
we,
wonderful to hear.
yeah, we avoided the the bad, we might say. But yeah, we they need to test and they need to see the growth of the lesions in the right lung, and also the solder has dropped due to the inflammation, and nothing is holding basically the upper tendon. And yeah, at this stage, I've done like an injection, like a steroid injection to manage the pain. And yeah, the next step is to do probably a separate surgery to alleviate the pain and hold it properly.
And how long does the doctors explain to you? And everyone needs to remember that everybody's different,
Yeah.
and people heal differently, and some heal longer than others. But on average, what have the doctors told you in the future? How long will it take before you will see the pain subduing, and then you can say, okay, I'm taking more steps ahead to become the Heidi I was,
Hmm.
even though part of you is gone,
Yes.
but to be that Heidi that everybody has known and loved, and that strong woman who, in time, because you are going through an emotional period as well, and it's a journey, and once that emotional journey you've gone through that, then it's that build up where you will then become the Heidi that everybody knows, that strong woman. And, I can foresee you becoming an ambassador, someone who can give, you know, to the women out there who are afraid. Women are afraid to have the surgery. They know the consequences, they know what could go wrong, they know they could
Correct.
lose their lives, but it's that fear. But you know what, Heidi, you're here. And I think that's what everybody truly wanted, is you to be here. And
Yes.
you're here for a reason.
Yeah.
You've
And
made it because it wasn't an easy journey. And we did talk about it. We talked about the various things that you went through. It wasn't just endometriosis. You went in and you got and you need surgery. There was so many complications. We talked about the hemorrhaging, and you not being able to go straight into hospital, but being sent home. So we did cover a lot to explain to people. um, and we did talk about the fact that you weren't out there telling people to donate. You didn't want that.
no.
You're trying to do that on your own, and it is a difficult thing. So I wanted to introduce you as someone who stands for so many women, because there are so many women out there that are going through or have been through what you're going through. And we need women like you, Heidi, that's come out from the other end to have that ultimate goal, to be there and be a voice for other women and to help other women, which
To
should.
be honest, I completely agree with you. Like it was hard for me to accept that I need to put my name out there. Like like I had this conversation with Ed back, and he initially started the GoFundMe. Like he wrote it without naming my name, without picturing me. So it was basically anonymously to begin with. But then I needed with my account. I needed to like had the codes um, and the evidence from my doctor if anyone asked or doubted the donation, the request. So I made up my mind, and I decided that if we entering that path, we might as well do it that way. Unfortunately, the whole the whole insurance thing, to be honest, it was a massive toll. It was a very difficult situation for me to navigate through the system and speaking with that insurance company. And end of the day, it wasn't the insurance's fault. It was the misdiagnosis from my doctorings, and that was on my record. And because that was in the record, they did not believe that they completely missed it was a stage 4 endometriosis. They refused to pay for my surgery. And yeah, my mom called the doctor back in Greece, and she tried not to fight with her, and
As a mother does.
exactly, and
Try,
she
the
sent that
key word.
report. Yeah, exactly. Try, and she sent a report to her, like, okay, you said that everything's okay with my baby, but look at this report. Like it was 7 pages long with findings, and it was like, okay, now they found it. There's nothing I can do, and just because in July last year she saw me and she did an DNC because I was bleeding so heavily. Yeah, I wasn't covered here in Australia because everything was in my records.
Yeah.
So now I'm in groups for other women who are suffering and going through that journey, who are basically navigating the system alone, who are trying to find the best support within the system, like health wise and also people wise, someone who have been through that. So yeah, I'm talking with the Endo Survivors team in Melbourne. I'm also into the conference group, the global one. And I've decided, I told my mom like yesterday, to be honest, I've decided that next year, next March, uh, for Endometriosis Awareness Month, I'm going to run a semi-marathon if my body allows it, and I'm going to run for endo, and I'm going to raise awareness and funds for Endometriosis Australia, so more people will know about it, more people will be educated properly, doctors, patients, family members, friends, so more people know what need to be done. Sorry.
That's okay, Heidi. You take your time. I just want to remind
Yeah,
you, you're
yeah,
amazing and very, very inspiring.
yeah.
Um,
So yeah,
if you need to go, if you're not comfortable, you just let me know.
that's right. It's yeah, it's the breathing that's yeah. Sometimes it just, but yeah. So I
So,
want to put this together. So next year, if my body allows me, basically, I give back to the community and I want more people to know about endometriosis. It's 1 in 7 women in Australia. Like it's a big deal and people don't know. Like there were women texting me like, I can't believe it's in your lungs. I can't believe that it's the systemic inflammation in your whole body. Like I can't believe like no one found it out. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much not every single case is that complex, but that's pretty much what we're listening from one another, that it was diagnosed or they didn't pick it up, or like it ended up being in stage 3 or 4 and spread it to other organs and the lesions had grown and doctors are not noticing basically the key symptoms of endometriosis.
what do you think
I
is
don't,
lacking, Heidi, in
mhm.
your journey and being in and out of hospital and being sent home? Because one of the things that I was very angry about when we were talking about your situation is the fact that, you're starting to hemorrhage and yet you're not taken in to have surgery.
Yeah,
And that just blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind. I just could not understand it. I was advised by someone, and please correct me if I'm right or wrong here, because it is important to the listeners. I actually asked somebody, I don't understand why, if they can't go to one hospital because there's a massive list of similar situations, why you can't go to another hospital. They advised me that currently with the public system, you have got to stay around your area. Is that correct?
no, it's the waiting time. So basically once you're in a specific list, let's say Royal Women, Mercy Hospital, Monash, whatever, Austin. Once you're in that specific hospital, if you are hospitalized to another one, which that's what happened with my case, the second time I was in a different hospital, if you want your whole file to be transferred and your surgery to be done to the XYZ hospital, the waiting time basically starts from zero.
Oh, wow. So there's nothing to say where doctors will say, let's say from hospital A to say, listen, we've got this case, but we can't do it at the moment. We're full.
Yeah,
It's urgent. She needs surgery or she could die. Please take her.
yeah. If it's life-threatening, they will do that on the spot. Just because mine was organ-threatening, and that's the problem there in the system, they were paused and waiting. So my doctor, Dr. Lima Wetherell, which I absolutely love the way she treated the whole case. She basically told me she had a patient in that case, her lung collapsed. So she went to the hospital. They did the surgery for her lung, but they did not remove the rest of the endometriosis. So they fixed that problem because that was life threatening. But the rest of the issue, since it was on the list, basically they sent her back home and see it was back in the list for the second surgery to clear the pelvic area. because it's organ threatening and not life threatening. And that's the devastating part from what I believe in the system. And I had to go through private just because the doctor told me that my organs had only basically 10 months until they start collapsing.
Yeah, that's why you
And
had to go out private and you needed
yeah,
money. And we
exactly.
don't all have over $25,000 sitting in our bank accounts at one given time. So I do understand that.
Exactly right. And she even checked her own hospital because it's also in a public hospital, and the waiting time for her hospital was 2 years. And she even wrote it in her report, the one she gave back to myself and to my GP, that we checked XYZ hospital. I don't want to name them. There's no point in naming the hospitals, to be honest. But yeah, she explained that that hospital has 2 years of waiting time for the specific surgery.
Yeah,
The other one had 1 year, and HEIDI'S organs basically are due to collapse. So it was like a ticking bomb. And the minute I saw that, I was like, okay, like that's yeah, it's not a waiting game anymore. I don't have that luxury anymore.
yeah, yeah,
And while we booked the surgery, that was in the end of May, but I had an accident, and that's what brought the surgery forward. I was working, and while I was working, I was outside in Northcote Plaza, and I collapsed from the pain. And that was 2 weeks before the 28th of February. The ambulance came in 5 minutes. My employer was there, thankfully. She saw what happened, and like people came around and they all helped me. And thankfully, I didn't fracture anything or no extra damage on my arm. And they realized that there was an acute pain that completely sat me down. And then a good friend of mine who knew someone in the hospital called them and explained what's happening. So they brought the surgery forward from the end of May to end of February. And they did the surgery on a Saturday, which they don't normally do the surgeries on weekends. So they brought it forward.
um,
The two surgeons basically agreed to do that on a Saturday just because it has escalated so quickly. And we had 2 weeks time to raise all the money. And yeah, thankfully we did.
everything
We
fell into place for you, Heidi.
correct.
Like
And
I
we
said earlier, darling, there's a reason why you're here. There is a reason why you're here. Okay. And you need to hold on to that and hold on to your faith and stay optimistic. Do not change because we want to see the little athletic Heidi in the near future. We want you to be that voice and continue with these groups that you're part of because it's important for women to get that support because it's, like as a mental health champion, I can sit there and I can listen and say a few things, but if I'm not in that position and if I don't understand what it's like to be in the public system or to be on a waiting list, I might be able to help in one way, but I'm not really helping in other ways, which are just as important. And this is where it takes strong women like yourself, Heidi, who's been through so much in such a, your journey has not been easy.
no.
And we
And
want
to
to
be honest,
we want to see Heidi.
I don't feel strong. Thank you for saying that. I don't feel strong. I felt like life threw the worst cards at this stage to me, and I'm trying to make the best of this game. And
Make
yeah,
the
I
best of
do
it.
understand that. Yeah, other people had it worse than me, so I'm thankful that like that journey had this ending, and my mom was able to come to Australia and take care of me.
Yeah, bless her.
And
Is she still here,
that
Heidi, or she left?
yes, she's still here. She's gonna be here until after the lung test, just to make sure exactly what's happening with the lung. And so she's gonna be here until mid-June. So, and we are open to the idea of changing her ticket. Not sending her earlier, but later. But you never
Yeah,
know. She's a Greek mom, so
you never know.
you
Can
never
I
know.
ask a personal question? How old is your mum, Heidi?
She's 64 now, I think. Like I'm going into
That's good.
39,
She's
so
young
yes,
enough
she's
to
64. Yeah.
help and yeah, and keep it together for you as much as a
Yeah.
mother can. But
She's a typical Greek mom, like falling, like she's warming up my heat packs, like
oh,
following
Clara
around the
Keller.
house. Nah, yeah, she's doing everything. Like she's cooking every single thing, every single meal that keep me happy. she's bringing my portocalada in the morning, like her mom.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, your kids grow up and become adults, and I mean, I've got adult kids, I've got grandkids, so sometimes when you know your child rings and says, "Mum, I'm really, really sick," and it's like, oh, wow, this is my opportunity to make them a supula, you know, and be that mum, you
Yes,
know,
yeah,
and hope
yes,
that
yeah,
once they recover, they remember that, you know, mum did bring you super, you
yes.
know.
Like that's a beautiful thing. Like I haven't spent this much time with my mom, the two of us. I do have a brother, and my dad is back in Greece. So it's
Yeah,
like we reconnect. We are rediscovering ourselves. We are
wow,
talking a lot. We are sharing stories, past and the future, and what we envision of what's going to happen. We are
yeah,
reading books, and we're spending so much quality time together. And I think that's a disguised bliss through the whole journey.
yeah, it
Because
sure is.
otherwise wouldn't be here.
Nanakala Malunasu, and I'm
None,
looking forward to meeting
Nanakala.
your mum and meeting you and seeing you in
Yeah,
person. Heidi, look, I know you
yes.
wanted only 15 minutes because you are very uncomfortable. We can see that. We can hear it in your voice. I know one of the most important things tonight was to thank people. So I'm going to give
Yeah,
you the space now to thank everybody because we
yeah.
really want you just to relax.
Thank you. I just want to say basically a huge, massive thank you to every single person who stood next to me, like physically or non-physically. The people who drove me to the hospitals, Jeremy, Ria, like they know who they are. My best friend and my sister here, Katerina, and bless her, and Elsa. They even said my mom not to come to Australia. To be honest, that they could take care of me. But yeah,
A
and
mother can
every
never
single
stay away.
exactly. Exactly. Every single person who donated, people who knew me, people who didn't, and it just felt like they wanted to help out someone. Specifically, I want to mention a couple of groups and names. I thank Iliades and Kiria Nikki for all the help because she's been an advocate for my journey since she found out about the news, and she's been doing that every single day. She was actually counting how much money we have raised so she can just reach out to more people. So bless her, she's a beautiful soul. Anemones and Kirianola, like beautiful people again. They raised enough money. Ex-servicemen of Darabin and Varvara Sakos. Um, Eleni Tsapatolis, I think that like the last name Tsapatolis. She had no idea who I was. She found out about me from media and other people she spoke with, and she raised money from selling the things that she's making during Antipodes Festival. And I do want to thank the Greek community as well for allocating the stall for her to do that, and said that basically all the funds will go to my donation.
What was the
And
business that she had?
she's making hats, she's making her own jewelry, she's an artist, and she's making beautiful things. And basically she heard about the story, and she was going to the Antipodes to share her, her artistry. And uh, and then she asked about a stall for that particular reason, and the Greek community of Melbourne helped. And
They do.
yeah,
The Greek community in Melbourne do a lot of things for a lot of
y-
people. Και
yes,
μπράβο τους.
bravo τους, bravo τους. So that's how η κυρία Έλενα βοήθησε, and I really thank her because she had no idea about me, like other people did, and that's how they end up helping me. But she was a complete stranger, and she decided to donate the whole, basically, money from her business
From a
to
business.
me.
Uh, uh,
Bravo.
I'm just going to jump in there, Heidi Moore. If you can please, if she's got anything online that she does her business, please send that to me. I'd love to share that.
I will
Just to
definitely.
also say thank you to her from the community, everybody online on the KK Factor family that love jumping on in the live chats. Everyone is sending their love and really being inspired by you. Um,
I will
yeah,
definitely send that through, yes. Also, I want to thank the Ceres Club, the Greek Senior Club of Monas. Again, they had no idea who I was, but someone told them about me and they raised some money. Tigiria Romasiahu for all the support as well. And I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some people, but also I want to thank John Kosaraki and Pano Apostolou. They've done a fundraiser just this.
Yep, he's from
Ναι,
SBS.
μπράβο, ναι. So John Kosaraki is he did like a backyard fundraiser in his own home. So he opened his doors, invited some people, and that's hospitality and community to the maximum. And people came over. They had a very good time, and basically, uh, όλα τα λεφτά they're going towards my fundraiser. And I want to thank them because I'm already after surgery, and he was like, you know what, we know that you need more money because we know that there are more holes that we need to the more gaps that we need to cover, and that's why we're hosting that. And he completely understood the journey, and yeah, I want to thank them both for whatever what they did to support me.
Bravo, Heidi.
Και
And
ευχαριστώ και εσένα for having me, honestly. Like
no
I know
problem.
I know you've been talking with people that they know me. I know that you've been advocating for that to bring awareness for other women, and I know that that's something that we need to flag more often with other people, not only women, like every single person, για να καταλάβουν, so they have a better understanding of what this is, and that it isn't just a bad period. It isn't hormonal. It isn't just a woman's body making its own mind. It's a systemic inflammatory disease, and it's
Yes.
having its toll.
And I can see tonight's having its toll on you too. Alex Latudas from Fusion Theatre. Alex is one of the KK Factor family chat people that come on every week and inspire people and say nice. Alex, thank you so much. Alex donated as soon as he heard your story. Alex is one of the founders of Fusion Theatre, which is for people with disabilities to be able to join the theatre and show their abilities. So thank you, Alex, and thank you to everybody. Thank you, everyone that's on the chat that's sending their love.
Thank you.
Heidi μου,
Thank you.
ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Thank
Και
you
εγώ
so
ευχαριστώ.
much.
And
Θα σε
sorry,
αφήσω τώρα.
που το μυαλό μου, it's like, yeah, sorry
No,
for
no, you don't have to
not
apologize for
speculating it.
anything.
Yeah.
No, you've been very brave, you've been very vulnerable, and I appreciate your honesty. And given the time, because I know you're struggling, we can hear it in your voice, but I know why you're doing it. And truly, everyone that's listening in right now, whether they're women or men, they're really appreciating you. We send our love.
Thank you.
Και θα
Thank you
σου
for having me.
σύντομα.
Σε ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Φιλάκια. Φιλάκια, Heidi μου.
Καλή συνέχεια. Σε ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστώ. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was the awesome and very brave Heidi. We thank her dearly